I'll grant you that iLoud is probably not the most inventive name for a portable Bluetooth speaker, but what it lacks in a clever name, it makes up for in features. This thing is pretty amazing. Let's break it out and take a look. So if you're not familiar with Multimedia, they're a company that makes accessories for musicians that you use with an iPad or an iPhone if you want. This particular speaker is more than just a wireless speaker. It's designed to be like a studio monitor for musicians. But it also works really well as just a music playback speaker. But there are a couple of different features on this thing that make it different than most others. So in the box, you get the speaker. You also get the necessary power cables and a 1/8 inch mini cord. So right out of the box, you notice it's sort of angled up. I mean, it's supposed to have that studio monitor feel, but it's not angled up a significant amount, a little bit. On the back, you'll find a little stand to help keep it stable. And then let's take a look at all the inputs on the back. You'll find a little 1/8 inch mini input. Right next to that is a 1/4 inch TRS jack so that you can plug in a guitar, a keyboard, or a vocal microphone if you want. There's a little gain dial so that you can dial in the input volume of your musical instrument or microphone. A little Bluetooth button, although it automatically goes into pairing mode when you turn it on. A little charge indicator and the power switch. So if you were just going to use this to play music off your iPod or something, I mean, it's a little bit on the large side. On the plus side, it's got a big battery and it's extremely powerful. They're not kidding when they say loud. This thing gets extremely loud. But it never distorts. I mean, I pushed it with some really hardcore stuff and it stayed crystal clear and clean. But there is a trick that you should be aware of. You can't just plug your guitar or keyboard or microphone in and start rocking out. It's a little bit more complicated. So as this little note right next to the 1/4 inch jack tells you, you can't just plug your guitar or keyboard in and have it amplify the sound and come out the speakers. Instead, what this device does is it beams the signal off to your iPhone or iPad, and there, one of Multimedia's apps, like the Amp Kit or Amplitude, processes the signal. So you could like add distortion, reverb, delay, whatever, and then you have to hardwire from your device into the speaker through its little input jack. And they provide a little 1/8 inch mini cord in order for you to do that. So, a little bit more complicated than you might think. It's not just plug in and start rocking out. You're going to have to go through this deal. The good news is that there is a free version of the Amplitude app. So what are you really getting for $300? I mean, that's a lot to spend for a Bluetooth speaker, especially one that doesn't have any onboard controls, or, you know, it's not going to charge your device like some of the other portable Bluetooth speakers we've looked at before. On the other hand, it's not really marketed for that kind of crowd. It's meant for musicians, you know, and it does do things that no other portable speaker we've seen does. And it does them really well. It gets loud, it doesn't distort, you know, it's going to be a great little travel companion for the on-the-road musician. So for that crowd, yeah, I think it does well for $300.